Hi, I'm Jo Koepke, and I am passionate about helping emerging leaders to step into their identity as a leader, develop themselves, and learn how to lead themselves and others well. I know that many would see the word leader and automatically assume that I'm talking about someone else. Maybe you made that assumption too. Too often people believe that you need to have some specific title or be a particular type of person to lead. I used to think that way too. Even when I was given a title, I still didn't feel like a leader. And this becomes a barrier to development. You will only invest in yourself as a leader when you accept the role that you have to play in your arena of life. Leadership is influence, as said so well by John Maxwell. You have areas of influence in your life, regardless of position, personality, or passions. And you are left with a choice. Will you develop those skills and use your influence well? Or will you allow your own insecurities to impact on others? Perfection is not the goal. Growth is. Side note, if you're dealing with feeling inadequate right now, and that is a barrier, and you're watching this before 7 p.m. Australian Western Time on Friday 23rd of October, I am running a free webinar just for you. Details in the description. Maybe you are somewhat convinced that it's worth investing in yourself as a leader, even just a little. Where do you even begin? We are surrounded by a wealth of knowledge and resources and opportunity, and this can bring overwhelm and indecision. So the first tip is to develop self-awareness. How we lead ourselves has tremendous impact on how we lead others, and this starts with developing self-awareness. Tune into your thinking and the words that you use. Notice any patterns and the impact those words and thoughts have on your actions. Discover more about your motivations, default responses, and strengths. I find tools such as the Enneagram and StrengthsFinder really helpful for this. But make sure that you're not viewing exploring personality as just a way to justify your behavior. These are growth tools. They can help you to own your responses and make changes. Lean into your strengths and show up as the best version of yourself. And remember that this is a continual process. It is not a one-off exercise. The second tip is to become a learner. Leadership requires lifelong learning. It is not a destination that you arrive at and get comfortable. So get into the habit of learning from others and applying the lessons that you most need at that time. Read books or listen to the audio version of them. There are so many incredible books on leadership out there. My want to read list is never ending and it can be daunting to get started. And that's exactly why I wrote my book, Stepping Up in Leadership, and I kept it short. It is designed to be a way to ease into this practice of reading and learning. Some other authors that I would recommend are Jo Saxton, Carey Nieuwhof, John Maxwell, Christine Caine, Jess Connolly, Greg McKeown, James Clear, so many. And try just reading for 10 minutes a day and see the difference that it makes. How about listening to podcasts? I gain so much wisdom and practical tips from podcasts. And that's part of why I make these episodes each week, is to give back to others too. Some of my favourite podcasts right now are the Carey Nieuwhof Leadership Podcast, Lead Stories, Plucking Up with Liz Bohannon, Poco's podcast, the Craig Rochelle Leadership Podcast, Jenny Catron Leadership Podcast, and so many others that are just filled with gold. And then find a way to reflect and apply on what you are learning. Now this is the part that I tend to miss out most frequently. And if I don't make a point to write some notes from the books or podcasts, I quickly forget the lesson. Maybe we can encourage each other to develop more effective habits of writing notes and journaling through the lessons that we've learned. And the third tip is to put it into practice. Simply find 1 or 2 strategies that you want to apply and do them. We cannot change everything at once, but we can take steps forward each day. You are worth investing in, not only for yourself, but especially for the people in your life. We do the work so that we can show up for the people that we care about. Investing in yourself as a leader is not a selfish pursuit. So how are you going to invest in yourself as a leader this week?